The 2018 winter wheat harvest is underway in western Kentucky, and Big Tractor Power was out in the field on the first day of harvest with several new model year 2018 farm machines, including big Class 9 John Deere S790 combines equipped with 45-foot wide MacDon FD145 draper heads. There were also John Deere 9420R four-wheel drive tractors with that special model year 2018 decal that says 100 years of tractor production in Waterloo, Iowa. And the John Deere 9420Rs are pulling all new Kinze 1105 grain carts with that new updated track system for 2018. We'll spend some time out in the field so that you can see and hear these machines as they work their way back and forth, harvesting the wheat. And I'll climb up in the cab of one of the S790 combines to look at the new technology that John Deere has placed in them for model year 2018. I hope that you'll enjoy seeing the wheat harvest and learning a little bit about these farm machines. Gets underway, the big Class 9 John Deere combines move into the field and cut the headlands all the way around the field. Once that's completed, we can see the combines coming here together. There are 8 in total working on this farm. They are now going to calibrate the combines to make sure that they're all operating at peak performance and creating the same quality grain sample. What they'll do is empty out their bins into a weigh wagon, and that way each combine can be set identically to the next one. That way, whether you're operating combine number 1 or combine number 8 in this farm's fleet, they're all producing the same quality grain. It's a pretty neat opportunity to see all these big machines come together in one spot, because once they start cutting back and forth across the field, they spread out pretty well, working in groups of 2, 3, or 4, and it's very rare that you ever see them all together again for the rest of the day. It certainly would be exciting to see them just cut one big V across the field, but it's not really an efficient way to work. There are 4 grain carts out here operating, keeping up with these combines, and it's better to space them out in the operation. Here we can see one of those John Deere S790 combines coming up with the new FD145 draper head from MacDon. This is a Class 9 machine, 400 bushels in the grain tank. It's rated at 543 horsepower, and it has a power bulge all the way up to 580 horsepower, which is handy when you're cutting through some down wheat, and they can really strain these combines when they get in some good tough cutting. What we'll do now is climb up into the cab of this John Deere S790 and take a look at some of the new technology in the systems that are in this. It's pretty interesting. You can actually watch on camera as the grain moves its way through the inside of the combine, and we'll take a look at that in the S790 combine as we climb inside to see what the operator sees as they cut the 2018 wheat crop. We're up in the cab of a John Deere S790 combine, and we're going to talk about some of the technology that goes into operating it. You can see here that it's hands-free. It's guided by John Deere Greenstar, making that perfect 45-foot pass across the field, harvesting the wheat. But the big change on these new S700 combines is the armrest. You can see the new controls that are similar to the 8R and 9R tractors, and then there's a lot of new technology where the operator can keep an eye on the grain. In the older machines, you would look out the window here and see it pouring in to kind of see what was happening with your sample of grain and how clean it was. But now the operator can use a camera system, which they just switch here with the control, and we can actually see the grain coming up through the clean elevator going into the bin, and we can see how clean the grain is, and they can adjust it on the go. What other features do we have here, Matt?
It's got an automatic system where we can go, it'll adjust its speed automatically, it'll adjust the settings of the combine itself to compensate for incline or decline of the machine. Also, you can set it to see if there's broken grain shown in this camera. There is a little bit, and it will actually adjust the combine settings to compensate for broken grain or foreign matter. And we also have in-field data sharing, where we can connect with each other's combines and see where each other's been.
That's pretty neat. The in-cab data sharing is very helpful for this operation. With 8 combines out in the field, it's very important for the operators to know what the crop is yielding across the field, what the moisture is in the crop, and how their combine compares to the other machines as they're working. As we saw before in the very beginning of the video, when the combines came to the very first field of the year and cut that initial round and then calibrated the machines, it makes sure the operators all know that their machine is synced and calibrated with the other ones working out in the field, so everyone is getting the same results in the harvest. As the combine is harvesting along, it fills up the 400 bushel grain tank with the winter wheat. When the tank is full, the 28.5 foot unloading auger swings out to unload all of that grain into a waiting grain cart. This farm utilizes 4 Kinze grain carts on tracks to move the crop away from the combine into the waiting trucks to head back to the farm for storage. It's important to use these grain carts in a large operation because it keeps the combines rolling throughout the day, harvesting wheat and not having to stop to unload at a truck. And we can see the Kinze 1105 grain cart here. This is a new model for 2018. It replaces the Kinze 1100 that has been out for a number of years. The Kinze 1105 has an updated track system on it. This farm likes using tracks to keep the compaction down in the field. We can see the 420 horsepower John Deere 9420R four-wheel drive pull into place alongside the combine. And the operator has to keep an eye on the cart and the tractor there because you have the 45-foot MacDon head that is way out there, and the auger reaches out over the cart and will start unloading the grain as they pull into position here. This auger will unload the winter wheat at 3.8 bushels per second. The Kinze 1105 grain cart can keep 3 400 bushel John Deere S790 combines harvesting wheat throughout the day in this operation. The farm can heap on 1,200 bushels of grain to the cart before it has to head back to the road where the trucks are waiting to haul the grain from the field to the farm. The 420 horsepower John Deere 9420R is well suited to move this cart as quickly as possible across the field. When the cart's ready to unload, it can move 750 bushels of grain per minute, which means it will unload the cart in less than 2 minutes. And in the next segment, we'll see 2 of these Kinze 1105s unloading into trucks. hope that you've enjoyed this video featuring the first day of the 2018 wheat harvest in western Kentucky. It's always exciting to get out in the field with these big machines. And I'll have some additional videos looking more in depth at the John Deere S790 combine and the new Kinze 1105 grain cart. If you'd like to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there are over 1,000 videos of farm machines in action. As always, thank you for watching.